Welcome to American Literature, English 11. This year in class we will be studying American literature. We'll be reading selections from the beginning of the discovery of the Americas through present day. Throughout the course we will be reading things that include essays, poems, short stories, and nonfiction. Early in the year you will find that there's a lot of nonfiction, then we go into a little bit more of a short story format, and then we continue later on with a lot more nonfiction in the present. So kind of based upon the history and culture of our society has changed over the years. While we are studying American literature this year, there are three essential questions that we are going to be thinking about and discussing with every piece. The first essential question is what makes American literature American? The easiest answer is that anything made in America is American. However, it's not always as simple as that. To be American literature, it needs to say something fundamental about our identity as Americans. What it says can be different, but it says something about being an American. Selections that we're going to read in this class are uniquely American in their styles, their images, their themes, their expressions, and their characters. They're not stories that you're necessarily going to find in any other culture because our history and our culture is so different than so many others. The second essential question that we are going to study this year and that we're going to think about as we read is what is the relationship between place and literature? Each group living in America throughout its history has seen different possibilities in its existence. The Puritans saw America as a place where they could come and seek religious freedom. The Native Americans saw it as their homeland and the only place they'd ever known. So, based upon the religion, culture, or the original place of the person writing the literature, the relationship between what they're writing and America can be very, very different. Consider what it means to live in a particular time and a place as you read. Because although America, the United States specifically, has a very short history as compared to other places in the world, it has seen such an influx of people from various cultures that it is quite a unique place and therefore has created some unique literature. The final essential question that I want you to think about as you are reading this year is how does literature shape or reflect society? And this is really two questions in one. Sometimes you'll find that the literature is simply a reflection of what is going on in society. But how is it reflecting what is going on in our society? At other times, it's actually the literature that is making our society move in one direction or another. Some other things to consider with this essential question is why do we need writers? It's obvious why we need doctors and farmers and carpenters. They have a very obvious place in our society. But why do we need writers? What is their purpose? What is their role in our society? In many ways, they produce our culture. By writing things down, sometimes they're able to, like I said, move us in one direction or another. They're also products of our culture. Because they lived in a certain time period, in a certain place, their writing is most likely going to reflect that same time period and place. Writer's job in America is to define it, to defy it, and to tell its stories. And the last one, to tell its stories, is really the most important. Because yes, we have our history books, which give us one version of history written by historians. But our writers give us another version of history that gives us another view inside what it was like to be an American in that time period. So as you read through the book and our stories and our selections this year, we're going to continuously come back to these three essential questions, and you'll find them cropping up over the year in your assignments. This little video does have an assignment associated with it. Your assignment is to answer the following question in at least one complete paragraph in the submission box for this assignment. What does it mean to you to be American? Please make sure that you take some time and think hard about this assignment, and think long about this question. What does it mean to you to be an American?